home.
Hey everybody, I'm Dr. Angel Storm. I'm the founder of AngelJStormPhD.org. Storm. Thanks so much for joining me. I am the owner of Manifold Mind Coaching and the founder of Ashes to Beauty Ministries, and I am honored to be the 11th woman to appear on this show. I am a life coach and I specialize in helping people recover from narcissistic abuse, and I want to give you a little bit more information about what I do and how this is relevant to people's lives. And information taken into the mind can actually transform your whole life. So first of all, what is a life coach? In general, life coaches help you take a look at where you are in your life currently and where you would like to be, and identify the things in your life that need to change, any obstacles that might be standing in your way of getting to the place that you want to go, and help you come up with a plan that you can execute every single day to help you get closer and closer to your goals. Generally speaking, that's what life coaches do. If you don't have a direction in your life, if you can't quite figure out which way you want to go, or you kind of feel stuck in some way, life coaches can also help you identify why you feel stuck and how to get out of that rut as well. Basically, life coaches can help you identify toxic mindsets and habits, any relationship changes that need to get fixed, any kind of bad patterns, habits, and behavioral overhauls that need to take place. So a life coach is super helpful. So summed up into one sentence, a life coach will help you to live your best life authentically. This will enable you to be the person that you were created to be and also do the things that you were created to do. As I said at the beginning of this video, I specialize in helping people recover from narcissistic abuse. So this means that I do all of the things that I just mentioned as a life coach, but on a much narrower scale that applies to specifically helping people overcome narcissistic abuse and the effects of that abuse on their mind, on their body, on their finances, on their relationships, and on the way that they view their future, on their vision. So this means that I help clients identify the onset of the abuse. Sometimes they grew up in a home that was with a narcissist and somebody who was enabling the narcissist. Sometimes they just kind of stumbled into it somewhere in their high school or early teen years. Sometimes this is a brand new thing for them as an adult, simply because they were unaware of this type of person being in existence. Regardless of where it came in, I help them identify the place where this came in, why it was able to set in, take a hold, and what things they can do to help not only fix the situation that they're in and recover from the abuse that they've experienced, but also ensure that moving forward, they don't make the same choices and patterns of behavior as they did in the past that allowed them to get into this situation in the first place. Narcissists are inherently attracted to something in one of their victims. So I also help them identify what it was about them that was attractive to the narcissist and what about the narcissist was attracted and attractive to them. We also work on forgiveness of themselves, forgiveness of the narcissist, forgiveness of any third-party people. This is because if you cannot fully forgive, you're always a slave to the thing that you hate. And as much as people want to be free of the narcissist without doing the deep work of forgiveness, they will always be tethered to the narcissist and to the thing that they hate, the thing that ruined their life, or the thing that destroyed them financially, whatever the case might be. So working on forgiveness is one of the key components of my coaching. I also believe that you cannot ever take something away without replacing it, because otherwise that's just empty space, a void waiting to get filled. And so we also work on what it means to have true self-love, true self-respect, how to implement true self-care, how to make this a lifestyle, not something that you kind of visit every now and again when you feel bad or down or tired, but to actually care for yourself the way that you would want another person to care for you. And oftentimes the way that my clients do care for other people, they can care for other people in that way, but they don't know how to love themselves in that same manner. I also help clients work on identifying generational curses or generational behavioral traits. A lot of times you don't know that you're thinking in a toxic way if that was all that you were grown up around. So if your parents thought that way, if your grandparents thought that way, if all of your aunties and uncles thought that way, you won't know that that's a toxic way of thinking and that there's a healthy way of thinking if that's all you've been exposed to. So I help my clients really take a look at their bloodline, where they came from, how they were raised, and how this is impacting them even now. Even when it comes to decision making outside of things like who you're going to date or marry or what kind of boss you're going to work for. So it might not have any kind of thing to do with a narcissist, but you'll see that that same pattern of thinking, the way that they think, is transferable into other areas. So for example, if they feel unworthy in some way, of course that might be something that would allow a narcissist to take advantage of them. But we would also be able to take a look at the way that they think about themselves in their finances, in their education, in the job that they apply for. All of these things will speak to a poverty mindset, for example. So we identify generational issues and traits as well, and I help them overcome those so that they can leave a different legacy for their lives and for their children. When somebody is recovering from narcissistic abuse, it's common that they don't have a voice. It's common that they don't feel comfortable speaking up about how they feel. They're even unsure about themselves, so they don't fully trust themselves and that gut instinct and what they're thinking. They don't fully trust that, so they don't feel confident in speaking out whatever it is that they're thinking or their truth in that matter. And so we work on this as well. We work on learning how to pay attention to your instincts, how to pay attention to your intuition, how these things impact your life. Again, not just having to do with the narcissist, because the narcissist honestly is just a highlighter for things that were already cracks or weak points in your life. The narcissist highlights to you the things and the spaces that you need to work on in your own life. And so if there was such a mindset here that allowed a narcissist in, guarantee that this is transferring over or bleeding into other areas of your life. So I help them identify those spaces, why they don't trust themselves, why they don't trust their instincts, and also how to appropriately use their voice so that they can start gaining trust in themselves first. I help my clients understand that they are powerful and that everything is energy and that they are giving out energy. Everybody is giving out energy to something all of the time. And it's important that you're aware of that flow of energy, because that's literally your life force. So if you're giving life into something that should be dead or should not be attached to you at all, you can start feeling drained in other areas of your life. And so if you are consistently and constantly feeling drained or tired, it's a good indicator that you are giving your energy to something that is not for you, that needs to be cut off, and you need to learn how to control your energy and shift it into the things that are for you, that will give you life. Because when you give out your energy into something that is meant for you, it will always come back to you. So you will constantly feel refreshed or rejuvenated. You'll feel energized when you're doing your life's purpose, because the energy that you put out comes back to you exponentially. All of these things that I just spoke about really are talking about your identity, who you truly are as a person, who you were created to be, and how that comes out in your purpose. So what you do here on earth. And this is the fullness of what I do as a narcissistic abuse recovery coach. It's showing the lies, it's highlighting the false beliefs that you may have come into agreement with because of the narcissist, and how to undo that abuse so that it doesn't just sit in your DNA, sit in your body, sit in your soul, and even seep into your spirit. And so you can get free of all of that so that you can walk out who you truly are and what you were here to do. Unfortunately, when you're dealing with a narcissist, this can often lead into court battles, either for custody or divorce or for business cases. And in those situations, I also help support my clients as they go through that stressful time. I don't give legal advice, but I do help them understand what is happening and ways that they can, again, control their energy in those situations, how to not absorb the energy, the stress that's going on around the case, but to really use all of this for their benefit. So that's another thing that I focus on a lot with my clients. Of course, a key component in any kind of relationship that ends is feeling peace or closure with the relationship. And obviously with a narcissist or with any kind of toxic person, really, you often won't get the closure that you need from the other person. And so I walk my clients through the process of giving that closure to themselves so that they can fully shut this book, shut this chapter of their life, and move on, move forward, wiser because of it, not bitter, not in any way tethered to the past, but full of the knowledge of the wisdom that that experience gave to them, and that they can now apply it in a healthy way moving forward, whatever kind of relationship they may enter into next. So for some people, one-on-one coaching just isn't an option, either financially or for another reason. It's not a good fit for them to do one-on-one coaching with me. And so for that reason, I also have several self-paced courses. I have ebooks and other digital products, including my own YouTube channel, where I release videos every week that help people make sense of what they're experiencing so that they can at least start to do some of this internal work that I've been speaking about. I truly love being a life coach. It is such a blessing to me. And also, this is one of the ways that I am giving back to myself as well. I've been through narcissistic abuse. You can find my whole story about being with a narcissist on my YouTube channel. And because of that experience, I wanted to be able to take everything that I had been through, that I have learned, and give it away to others. And so this is one of the ways that I also give back to myself, because I will not let the thing that was supposed to destroy me control me or rule me. And in fact, I'm going to use it to set a bunch of other people free, to illuminate to them the dark spaces that are in their lives and help them overcome in the same way that I did. I'm a living proof that you can overcome narcissistic abuse, and that something amazing can come because of the abuse, not just in spite of it, but because of it. So that's a little bit about me and about what I do. And if you're interested in contacting me, all of my links are in the description of this video. Thank you so much for having me on the show. It is truly a pleasure and an honor to be here with you guys today. And if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out. Take care and God bless.